Hello, this is Tom, aka Genio, here for Tabletop Tap Room. Today we have a tale of fabricating of evidence for court, stolen valor, and lying, all in desperation to try to win a losing hand. So let's get right to it. This video kind of began when Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum posted a year-old video on Duck Leeson that was reaffirming the narrative that Duck is just a volunteer. Well, he's not really a volunteer if he gets to live at the Dungeon Hobby. He gets to live there and he works there. He's receiving something. He's receiving that room, which is, probably could be rented out for a substantial amount of money per month. So he's not really a volunteer, but that's the narrative that's being pushed. We then became aware of that no less than 5 of the staff at Wikipedia have been slapping down somebody for editing the Duck Leeson entry, the Jeff Leeson entry on Wikipedia, the TSR entry, and one other. We'll get to the one other because that's, to me, that's kind of the ugliest. So here you see contributions for this IP address, 107.134.17.7. Don't worry, I'll remember that for you, but just recognize that number, 107.134. We're going to get there. And so you have all of these repeated changes that keep getting reverted by the staff at Wikipedia, and they keep saying, look, conflict of interest. You have a conflict of interest. Your edit is invalid. Conflict of interest. And so here you see for Jeff Leeson, it gets reverted. TSR, it gets reverted. Jeff Leeson, TSR, Jeff Leeson, perfect storm. Well, that's interesting. Why would somebody who cares about Jeff Leeson and TSR care about the perfect storm? Well, that would be because the CEO of TSR, one Justin Lanasa, ran for office. And when he ran for office, he claimed that his Coast Guard cutter, the Diligence, was involved in rescuing 3 boats during the perfect storm in 1991. Now, that's interesting because that claim was made and then it was refuted because the Coast Guard cutter Diligence, according to the Coast Guard's own website. So right here, the Diligence was temporarily decommissioned for modernization at the Coast Guard Yard from 1990 through 1992. Diligence was placed back in commission and once again at Wilmington, North Carolina, designated Coast Guard city. So it was in dry dock, undergoing modernization from 1990 to 1992. The perfect storm happened in, ding, 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 1991. So the Diligence could not, because it had been decommissioned. It wasn't like, a bunch of coasties said, hey, there's a perfect storm. Doesn't matter. Take her out anyway. No, that's not how that works. It was decommissioned. It's got to go back in. They've got to have trials. It's got to be have a recommissioning ceremony. So the Coast Guard's own website demonstrates that the claim of the Diligence being involved in 3 rescues is stolen valor. This claim was made by only Justin Lanasa. Now, that was when he was running for office, but we get a doubling down of this again, where he has doubled down and it got reverted. In fact, the editor for Wikipedia, instead of calling it stolen valor, had a nice phrase for it, nice euphemism. They called it self-aggrandizement, which is just a really nice way of saying stolen valor, jerk. So can we demonstrate whose computer is doing this? If we go to the Jeff Leeson entry on the 21st of December, 2022, 107.134, let's blow this up. um, claims this is a lie concerning his edit. This is a lie. I removed it. I own TSR. Justin Lanasa. Google it. And the tag was reverted. And it repeatedly gets reverted, and it's probably going to repeatedly get because the staff at Wikipedia are now aware of 107.134.17.7. They're probably watching. They're probably all over this like a hawk, watching for these to revert them because they obviously care about the integrity of Wikipedia. So self-aggrandizement and conflict of interest is what they keep referring to this as. And we have the claim by the very IP address to be Justin Lanasa. So can we backtrack this to Justin even further? I believe so. And for that, we're going to go to the IP address lookup. And I plugged it in for the 107. This is a search for 107.134. We come down here to the map, and if you zoom in, oh, there we go. You will see it's in the Echo Farms and Silver Lake. I'm not going to use this map. I'm going to switch over to Google Map in a second. But it just puts a pin. It says somewhere in this circle in the Silver Lake area is a house where this computer is being operated. I have another IP searcher that actually pointed to a specific house. But again, we're not trying to do any doxing. But there is, when you go to, so this is, I put a pin here for Museum of the Bazaar. You see Silver Lake down here is no more than 2.5, 3 miles. That Silver Lake area is no more than 2.5, 3 miles from Justin Lanasa's Museum of the Bazaar. And Museum of the Bazaar's website was edited by, ding, 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 IP address 107.134.17.7. So it points to an IP address right in this very area. Now, the other interesting thing is, and I don't have these pins on the map for the reason that, again, we don't want to dox. We don't want anybody mailing fake elephant poop to his house or anything like that. Although I might condone you mailing grits to his house, but we don't want any of that. But if you put pins on this map for properties owned in Wilmington, North Carolina by Justin, and I have a list here, you could mark a triangle just like the Bermuda Triangle. We'll call it the Justin Lanasa Triangle. And that circle that's on the IP locator is right in the middle of the triangle. It's, well, a little bit closer to one edge, but it's in the triangle. And one of the properties is almost dead center of that circle. It's a little off. And in fact, a different IP locator went right to a specific single family house that also turns up in public records as belonging to Justin Lanasa. So can we say conclusively that Justin did these edits to fabricate evidence for court? No, but the preponderance is that they're pushing a narrative, and the narrative is in service of helping them in court. The doubling down on the stolen valor, that would only be Justin. So, unfortunately, the Coast Guard's own website, which I'm pretty sure he can't edit, calls him a liar. And you have this Desperation posting by a computer that goes right to the center of the Justin Lanasa triangle of properties, and on one IP locator website points to a very specific house. And when I compared the address of that house to addresses he owned that are in public records, he owns that house. So that taken with the claim on one of the edits for Jeff Leeson where he says, I'm Justin Lanasa, I think we have to conclude the preponderance of the evidence is that Justin is desperately trying to edit Wikipedia, that he's desperately trying to double down on his stolen valor claims. And this is all in service of the court case, which is just not going to go well for him, is not going well, and will continue to not go well for him. So originally, I was going to do a video on a year in the life of Justin Lanasa and review, the lies, the cheating, not mailing out the pre-orders on his dungeon crawl game, the crap posting on Twitter through sock puppet accounts, the witness intimidation and harassment of Don Samora, because Don is subpoenaed by Wizards of the Coast. So he's desperately trying to get at Don. And now we have this desperation move of repeatedly trying to edit Wikipedia, which keeps getting slapped down by the editors at Wikipedia. And now doubling down on his stolen valor claim, which the Coast Guard clearly outs as that is a lie. It just seemed like it was going to be so much work to do that video. Even this video was a lot of work, going through all of the Wikipedia history of view the history of the edits, and looking for the IP address, and then finding that he just out and out claims to be Justin Lanasa. So this was a lot of work, and I decided not to do the original script I was writing and just do the Wikipedia, because this clearly demonstrates how desperate he is. If you buckled down and actually produced gaming products, because you claim to be a game company, you actually produced gaming products that were quality, that had some editing, that were retail ready, didn't have parody cards in them, that weren't just a joke. There would be enough people that would be like, yeah, I'm going to buy the game. If you're producing good modules, if you're producing good games, people would be invested, just on nostalgia for the name. That's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. And it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime in the future. It's just going to be more of this desperation move to try to win when you don't deserve to win in court. You've done wrong. You're going to get slapped down. But fabricating evidence through Wikipedia is not going to fly. Stolen valor is not going to fly. Witness intimidation and tampering is not going to fly. And so 2023, my prediction is more desperation. So I think the word for 2023 and Justin Lanasa is desperation. This is Tom from Tabletop Tap Room, signing out. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great. And if you have not subscribed already, please do hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon and help me build the channel. Till then, keep on gaming.